What's up? So this is officially day 30 of dropshipping. Awesome. Yeah. So, well, in total of serious dropshipping, at the start of the series it was day 0 and then now it's day 30, so really it's day 31. But yeah, so we're here. As you can see, well, this is my ads manager here and some stuff is blurred out obviously because I don't want to leak my information and all that, but I just wanted to go here and show you what I've done for the past um my previous store, so the past 3 days. So I decided to run this product, and by the way, this video is going to be kind of like it's going to be a shorter one, but I'm going to try and pack a lot of info in it. So this store that I ran, I know I don't have the Miro board out like I had in the last video explaining my store, but this is just going to be a little bit simpler just in the ads manager. So I had a budget of $50 a day for 3 days. And if you can see here, I actually spent over that, so I didn't do a limit, but it was 175 I spent. My purchase conversion value was 48. By the way, please, I'll scroll through this. If you're doing meta ads right now, make sure that this is your column setup. Okay, I'll just scroll through so you can see. And you can pause and I'll have to explain, well, I'm going to explain a video about this later, about meta ad setup because it was requested in the Discord. So just do that. So 50 budget, amount spent 180. So my purchases was one. I got one purchase. Okay. Now on TikTok, the best product that I ran, I know it's only low level days, but I got 5 sales in a period of, I think it was about 3 days. And then nothing else. I decided to cut the store, cut my losses because I wasn't profitable. My ROAS was not good. And you can see here, ROAS was shit for my first sale. Of course, it was a good ROAS, but then it became shitty. That should actually be, sorry, this should be impressions first and then reach. And so it should go impressions and reach, impressions and reach. And yeah, you can see here, I paid 175 for a total of 1,600 impressions. That means I paid Meta X amount of dollars for them to show my ad, just show it to 1,600 people. Now, I don't know if this is indicative of Meta as a whole, or maybe it's indicative of my budget, or maybe it's indicative of just how shitty my product was, or creatives, or it could be a whole host of things. So that's the problem right now for me. It's finding out why I got one sale. The store before watched the video on my previous video with the board and everything, but I think I was day 25 or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so my goal right now is focusing on why I didn't get any sales. I say any sales. Any sales is more than 10. Why I didn't get any sales. Okay, so that's the problem. The problem is I didn't get any sales. I need to focus on the why now, how to fix the problem, because you got to understand the problem is why I didn't get any sales. And you'll go here and you can see link clicks was 45, CPC was not fantastic, CTR was not fantastic. My hook rate, interestingly, was 50%, which is a good hook rate. However, I do have low impressions, so I'm not sure. That's actually interesting. I'll have to look into my hook rate. I saw that last night as well. So we'll go into here. I had two ad groups, one UGC, one was the highest revenue killer data videos that I downloaded. And so actually the UGC performed drastically better. Well, it got more spend. So, which I thought was interesting. I believe in my previous product too, the UGC actually had more spend as well. That's probably indicative of Meta, favoring UGC over kind of the TikToky fast kind of stuff. But you'll see here the amount spent was more than double. Purchase conversion value, yeah, same thing. Got to purchase high. ROAS was 0.41. Impressions 1,000 to 500. Link clicks was 31. And you'll see here for both of these campaigns, my hook rate was yeah, I'd say it's good. I think over 30% is a good hook rate. CPC, blah blah blah. I don't know about CPM is different. It's the hardest metric to kind of pin down and calculate and see. So you'll see in the UGC here, I won't go over the ads. They're not too important just for, what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'll cover that in a different video on ads or UGC or whatever. But you'll see here that my amount spent was spent on, this ad up here. And so it gets lower and lower and lower. So all the ads kind of got, decent spend. And I found it interesting that the amount spent was $24 here, and I got a cost per purchase. That was my only purchase. Actually, when this ad here spent $2, I got the sale. So really, if I got more than, yeah. So I spent $2 initially and got a sale. So maybe that shows how good the ad is. And then you'll see here link clicks, not fantastic. CPC, nah. CTR, nah. All that stuff. Hook rate was good, surprisingly, but the impressions are low. So maybe that says something. Anyways, we'll go back to my second ad set. I gotta hurry this up because I got work soon. And we'll go to the highest revenue daily data videos. We'll filter by amount spent. There you go. This performed a little bit differently. You'll see here. Actually, Meta on the second day said you need to stop the UGC. Um, so I did. I'm not sure. Or it said you need to combine the two ad sets, but then it stopped. It didn't combine them and it just cut the other one. It turned it off. So it was a little bit odd. Um, oh yeah, I should say before I say that is that the UGC here, this is turned off because it spent. I woke up at 9 a.m. By the way, I woke up at 9 a.m., spent all my budget, and then I saw that this video got fucking like all the spend, and so I just turned it off because I got zero sales. And then the next day, this spent $2 and got one sale. Just a quick tidbit there. So here you'll see, blah de da, blah de da. Amount spent was $43, zero conversion value, reach, all that good stuff, all the good stuff, link clicks, atrocious metrics here, worse hook rates, which is interesting. That shows that my other ads were better, in fact. And yeah, so here is what's up. So I got no sales. I know I did get a sale, but I just think, speaking broadly here, I got no sales, and there's a reason behind that. Now, there's two possible realms that could fall under. The first realm is what Mark Builds Brands calls hard metrics. You can see and look at the hard metrics, or you can look at the soft metrics and figure out what your problem is, or if it's a combination of both. The hard, just to make it simple, because I don't like putting all these names on stuff and labels, but hard metrics refer to conversion metrics. Soft metrics refer to creative metrics. So um, there's the two realms, and the first is everything that's after they click the link. Okay. And the first realm is everything before they click the link. So everything related to my ads is the soft metrics. Everything related to my website and the funnel, the conversion funnel, is the hard metrics. And I know, as a matter of fact, I'm like 99% sure, I mean, it just doesn't make sense otherwise, that the problem is in the ads manager. It's in the creative metrics. It's in everything pre conversion funnel, everything pre website. And I know that because my websites are flawless. And I'll do an in-depth kind of case study on website creation at another time. Maybe I'll put that in the Discord. But I know that my websites are good. I know that they're conversion focused. They're like whatever you're thinking my store is, they're better. It's better. Yeah, my stores are that good. They're not like, you know, I would say they're Bleem level. Yeah, they're pretty much Bleem level. It's more than, you know, uh it's not like Based Bodyworks, but I use an AI store builder. I used to use gem pages before, but that took me a long time. What I'm trying to say is that my site is good. Okay, my sites are objectively good. And I know that my sites are good because the people that join them, or the people that click the link to my site, they purchase. So, for example, I mean, people can say it's luck. I mean, I suppose so, but I spent $2 there. Somebody clicked, and then that person checked out. Okay, so my websites are good. The websites are so easy for me to make. The creativity just comes to mind. The fucking what time is it? 12:31. The conversion, like different stuff that I can use, is easy to me. It's really everything website is easy. Now, on the um, creative side, it's a little bit different. The metrics even a month ago, I didn't really understand totally the metrics. Even 15 days ago, I didn't. But that's funny because I've only done the challenge for 30 days. But yeah, at the beginning of the 30 days, I had no idea what that shit means. Now I have a greater understanding. Um, and with the 3-day testing strategy that I'm doing, it would make sense that it's on kind of the pre conversion funnel, that it's on the creative metrics. Now, I'm using my shit from Kayla Data. I'm getting my creatives and my ads and my UGC from Kayla Data. Okay, I'm putting that in Facebook. I you can also see here because we'll look through the metrics. Oh, I wanted to say this, which opines off that. So my product was a pot and pans organizer. I don't have a problem saying this, my product out loud because I only have like 200 subs, but my product was a pot and pans organizer for moms, kitchens, whatever. I know this is a good product because um because I have the problem myself, and if you guys go into your mom's cupboards upstairs, or if you just know the pot and pans cupboard, you open it up and there's pots and pans everywhere, right? It's fucking everywhere. It's not organized, and if you cook yourself or you're kind of on the self-improvement thing, and well, hopefully you are, but you cook for yourself, so you go and you want to make, 3 eggs or whatever it is and some bacon, and you go and make your eggs, and you have to go and take all the pans are all stacked on top of each other, right? So you got to go to the very bottom one, right? And then you grab that so you can put it on the stove, and then then you got to put then it's unorganized, right? So you have to go in and unstack all the pans or the pots if you're making soup or something. So it's a real problem. On Kilo Data, the product was, sorry, I just had to think. The product is, it's uh um the product was not saturated. It wasn't ran at all. So that's what was going on there. So my point is that the meta algorithm, my point is that my product is good. I know that the product solves a problem. I know that there's a demand. Ooh, this brings me to Mal. Maybe Mal's important. No, that wouldn't make sense because people are all aware. It's all problem aware. Okay. So my product is a good product. It has an audience, okay? Advantage Plus, Meta, Facebook knows that my product has an audience. So the two things that Facebook does when I give it creatives and a budget is it, number one, tries to find an audience, and number two, tries to convert that audience, okay? So if my audience exists, Meta is going to find it. Okay? Meta will find my audience. If my product is good, Meta will find the audience. Now, it might not convert the audience, okay? And that's my fault. Okay, that's my fault. Or it's maybe a product market fit, or when Meta is finding that audience, it's not the correct audience. So that's what Meta does. Meta, in order to sell your product, it needs to find an audience, and it needs to convert an audience. And once it does that, those two things to one audience, then you make money. Okay? Now the reason I say this is because if you see here, I spent $175 for 1,600 people. Now, again, I said I don't know if that's good, but I only got 45 link clicks. Okay, and one of those converted. Now, I think it's odd to me. It's odd to me. Um, yeah. So this makes me think of it. Perhaps it possibly is a website problem. I just don't think it is. I mean, this 45. Like, what am I thinking in my mind that would be, if it is a website problem? How many of those people, those 45 link clicks, would have been converted? 15. That's half. There's no. I mean, in e-com, the funnel is like this, right? Well, the funnel is like this for everything, right? So it's not. I can't say that it's a website problem because, well, 45 link clicks, only one converted. Okay, I had what? 15 ATCs, 5 for each checkouts. So the 15 ATCs is what percentage of 45? I don't know. It's like 25% or something. No, 50. I don't know. I have no idea. So it's not a website thing. Anyways, I paid for 1,600 impressions. Okay. Now you'll see here my CPC was 3, my CTR was 2.76, my CPM was 100, my hook rate was 50. Now, if anybody's more experienced, please let me know down in the comments. I would really appreciate that. But to me, this highlights the fact that well, I don't know. That's the thing. Meta didn't find an audience here. Meta didn't find an audience, right? 1,600 people is not an audience. And I know this because I went on to potential reach for Meta and I said like 50 million, whatever million. I don't know if that correlates, okay? I know on TikTok, broad targeting got me, I don't know how much impressions, a lot more. But this seems odd to me. So, number one, Meta didn't find an audience and Meta couldn't convert that audience because they didn't find it. So that is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it's an audience problem. Now, if it's an audience and a targeting problem, Meta couldn't find my audience, what do I have to do? Okay, so my CPM was okay, hook rate was okay. So it seems like my hook rate was okay, right? So maybe my ads were good and the hook because the hook rate was high. So maybe my ads and my creatives were good. Maybe the problem wasn't the creatives and maybe it was just converting them. No, hold on. That would mean that I found the audience. Maybe my ads were good, but it was shown to the wrong people, and that would explain the curiosity of the video and the low amount of link clicks, and uh, you know, and then following that, no uh, purchases. So perhaps Meta didn't find the audience because my creatives were targeted towards a different audience, or Meta was just targeting a different audience. Um, and you can see here, yeah, oh, here's another thing. My targeting, I used Advantage Plus, which I know is good. I know people say it's good, but the Advantage Plus that I did was 18 to 65 plus. My product is for, is a 25-year-old gonna buy a pots and pans organizer? I don't think so. 25-year-olds are bad bitches in college. So 30 years old to 55. 30 years old to 50 maybe. Right. I have a more modern website with bundle deals and all this stuff, so it's a little bit different. It would make sense for a younger person, 55-year-old or 50-year-old to. So what I'm trying to say is Meta expanded that and said, you know what? No, fuck you. We're advertising to some men, like 5% men, 95% females. I was more like 10-90. And also we're gonna advertise to lots of 65 plus. Like 65 plus was like majority of my spend. So that's interesting that that happened. Um, and yeah, so I'll keep you updated. I know also, yeah, I'll do this. So, logger. So, this is not indicative of all Meta. You got to remember, I'm running, bro, I spent $180. You can't expect to, you can expect to get sales on that, but you can't expect to go and look at all these metrics and everything like that and 100% find a, or maybe you can. I don't know. What am I trying to say here? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna research and just kind of figure out what's going on here, use AI to figure out what's going on, research some YouTube videos, see what's wrong, maybe potentially with the creatives. I really need to root out the problem, all the potential problems, and just see what's happening here. And the best way that I can learn from my mistake and make money is by running another product or the same product for one more day tomorrow, which is the weekend, and seeing what's up, changing everything, maybe changing the creatives, changing X, changing Y, changing Z, um, changing the audience targeting because I have an inclination that it's an audience issue, and we will a targeting audience issue, and we will see what's going on. We'll see if that changes everything, and so I can't sit here and say this was the reason that it didn't that it I didn't convert because that's in the past, right? In order for me to say this is the reason that it didn't work, maybe I test one more day, and normally I wouldn't because this is a good product, but I'll test one more day with doing things differently, comparing that to this day or the past 3 days, and then just see what's going on here. So I know it's been a 20-minute video. Um, if you are in e-commerce and why can't I do that? If you are in e-commerce, join the Discord. I know it's small. I'm not trying to sell anything. I have a couple affiliate links in there. Um, I understand a lot of people are like newbies in dropshipping and e-commerce and all that stuff. So join if you are. Also, I will also want to build like a network or like a community. Like when I hit like maybe like 300 people in the Discord or 1,000 subscribers, I'll do like a $5 a month subscription to the Discord with like a private community and all that. The reason I say $5 is not to, it's just for people who can pay, right? And it keeps out bots and it keeps out people who like literally don't have any money or who are just interested. So it kind of, even $5, $1 a month, right? So it doesn't matter. It's just like some sort of form of payment that will just have people, more dedicated. And yeah, so join the Discord. I hope this video helped you. I will have a video tomorrow. I'm going to get these campaigns set up for, because tomorrow's the weekend, I'll have them set up for tonight. Boom, bam, bop. And we'll see how that goes. Thank you for watching. And join the Discord. Bye.